Hey guys, it's Will here. Just wanted to give you a garden update, specifically my veggies. I've got containers and raised beds and a few things in a little bed here beside the deck. And the reason I'm showing you this stuff is I encourage you to grow your own food, lettuce, even if herbs if you're inside. If you don't have if you're in an apartment or you maybe have a balcony, if you don't have a big yard, and so, there's lots of reasons. The food tastes amazing, like cucumbers, tomatoes, carrots, things like that taste so much better. And it also feels really good to grow food. You put your effort in and reap the rewards. It's just from a psychology perspective, I enjoy seeing it grow. It has been frustrating. I'm in Canada. I'm up on a bit of a mountain or hill, lots of wind. Really cold spring we had, June, lots of rain and wind. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you try to learn from it. So for example, stuff that's on the deck inside of a sheltered area does really well in containers. Some of the similar things don't do so well in the raised beds, in my case. So I like to do both and sort of compare. They do pick up in July, August, as far as tomatoes and peppers. Cucumbers have failed a bunch of times in the raised beds. We had frost and everything in June. So anyway, I'll just show you where we're at right now. It's come along, and let's take a look. So here we have these cherry tomatoes. You can see the flowers. That's where, and there are some tomatoes. There's three main tomato plants. These are indeterminate, so they only go about 3 feet or so high. Behind there is a pepper plant. This is a cucumber. I've actually got cucumber. You can see lots of where the flowers are basically is where you get. So we're just going to be getting those coming up fast and furious. So that's just in a container like that with potting soil. Hope you can hear my voice. The wind is a bit bad right now. Here I put in some cucumber from scratch because I lost a whole bunch in the raised bed, so I'm not sure if I'll have enough time, but I thought I would start some more. Since we're here, there's a zucchini plant, there's one there, and there's some squash. I don't know if the squash is going to do any good, but the zucchini should be fine. So here we have romaine lettuce. I've got it covered, sometimes the heat. But and then I've got kale. You can see this one, it's pretty big. This is dinosaur kale, black Russian kale, lacinato they also call it. I put a whole bunch of seeds, probably too close together, but I just cut the romaine at the base and it grows back. You can also pick off the outer leaves, but there's an absolute ton of romaine. I've also put in radishes. I kind of did that late, but they grow pretty quick, 3-4 weeks you got radishes in between stuff. And I tried a couple more cucumber seeds. I mentioned that a lot of the cucumber transplants died because of the frost. Here's a whole bed of carrots. You can see how big the tops are, but now we're going to get the bottom. So I'll probably wait at least a couple of months and get big carrots. I also scattered these seeds because it's really hard to plant seeds, space them out because they're so small. I did throw a bit more kale whenever there was an empty spot. You can cut that up and freeze it because I've been buying some frozen kale chopped up, and it's cheaper to, obviously, if you have extra, to freeze it. Here's a vine. I've got these Oregon 2 snap peas. They're flat pods, so there's some flowers coming up, and there's a whole bunch. There should be tons of peas this year. I did all these because the other ones I didn't like as much, so 2 whole sections here of sugar snap peas. Now this is disappointing, but it's still early July. Is the pepper plants. They're not doing much right now due to the weather we had. And then I put rows of you can see here radishes in between tomato because they grow pretty quick, and I might have them out within a month. And finally, the tomato plants they're not huge, but they're doing better. There was some frost issues. So what I do, like, here's a weed, just pull that out. It's really nice, really easy to weed these things. That's the gist of it. I did have spinach Right now there's some leaf lettuce. I put these over here because they kind of shade a bit in the sun in the hot summer. Leaf lettuce, but here I had spinach and they pretty much bolted, so I might put more leaf lettuce in there, but you can just cut this and it just keeps growing again, so it's great. But romaine is awesome. So that is it. Having a lot of fun. July, August should see some serious growth now in the veggies. So hope you guys like that. I encourage you to do this yourself. I make my own compost, as I've talked about, with grass clippings, leaves. You can get leaves from your yard or get them from other people's yards if you don't have one. And kitchen scraps like banana peels and veggie scraps, and mix that all together. And you can make yourself some tasty food. Hope you guys like this. Talk to you later.